In this video, we're going to take a look at camera control. When we first open Maya, we're presented with the perspective view. This is giving us the view from the perspective camera. Now, Maya has 4 cameras by default. I can toggle back and forth between them by tapping the spacebar. Now here we have all 4 views from our cameras. We have a perspective, our top, our front, and our side. Now, to manipulate our camera, I'm going to tap the spacebar and go back to perspective. And to manipulate our camera, we choose the Alt key and then any combination of our mouse buttons. So for instance, if I want to orbit or tumble my perspective, I'll press Alt and the left mouse button, and that will allow me to tumble. If I choose Alt and the middle mouse button, I can pan. And Alt with the right mouse button allows me to zoom in and zoom out. Now you can also zoom in and zoom out if you have a wheel on your mouse, and you can just scroll with that wheel in order to zoom in. Now the perspective view is the only viewport that allows us to tumble. For instance, I'm going to switch to the front viewport, and to do this we just move our mouse over that viewport and tap that spacebar. And here I can hold Alt and middle mouse and pan and zoom. But the top, front, and side cameras are considered orthographic cameras. They're locked to a specific angle. Therefore, when I try to hit Alt and left mouse button, it gives me an error and says this cannot be tumbled. If we want to tumble around a model, we need to go back to our perspective. I'm going to create a model here real quick, and we'll just go with our trusty polygon sphere. And we can zoom in and out. Now, if we want to frame up an object, we hit F, and that will frame our selection. So I had the polygon sphere selected, and then framed my view based upon that selection. If we want to see everything within our viewport, we can hit A. That's not going to work because we only really have one object there, but there, if we move it off screen and hit A, it'll frame that back up. Now within our viewport itself, we also have some camera controls. The first one here we can select our camera. So if we choose this icon, that will select my perspective camera. Next to that, we could access the camera attributes. This will automatically open the attribute editor. Next to that, I have the bookmarks icon. This allows me to bookmark a certain view. So let's just move this over here, and I'll choose the bookmark icon, and then we can change our view to something else. We'll just kind of go to the opposite end there. And now I want to access that bookmark. I'll go to View, into the drop-down menu, and go to Bookmarks, and I have it Camera View 1. Click on that, and it will take me back to that bookmarked view. We can also use the brackets on the keyboard to go back and forth between different views that we were at. So these are not necessarily bookmarks, but they're positions that we stopped the camera down in and Maya registered. And we can scroll through those with the brackets, either going forward or backward. To access our camera tools, like we did with Alt and the left mouse button, middle and right mouse button, we have camera tools, and there's our tumble, track, dolly, and zoom. We can also hold Control and Alt in order to frame up a specific area. And if we want to reverse that operation and go in the opposite direction, simply draw the marquee from the bottom right up to the top left, and you will zoom out. This is called a rectangular zoom. Again, that's Control Alt, from top left down to bottom right, we'll zoom in, bottom right to top left zooms out.